Today we got into Season 2 in Game of Thrones Dragonfire, and I wanted to record this video to showcase what has changed, new dragons that got added, and give you a few tips and tricks here and there on how you can start the best in Season 2, because I know many players, new players like me, are probably going towards the end of their Season 1, jumping into Season 2, so you're gonna be prepared to take the most that you can from this fresh start. Now, obviously, I'm on Ransom account. I still have mine, it's just, I don't have it on the PC, which makes it a bit hard for me to record then. But I'm still playing on my account, all of that is fine. So, first thing I'm gonna mention is some of the things that reset. Obviously, as you can see, the upgrades got reset. Sure, you can see some that are already maxed, well, that's just because it's Ransom. But yeah, I'm gonna give you here a tip. So you're gonna have the quest refresh too, which I think is a good thing because it gives you decent rewards, like couple keys here and there, so that helps like free to play, low spends progression. So you kind of want to focus on the things that this asks you to upgrade. For example, Swift Strike, because again you're spending resources to make this quest, and it's giving you it gives you resources back, so it doesn't make like a hole in your resources like fully, but at the same time the things that this is asking you to improve or to grade initially is not the best. Why? My recommendation is put some points into Relentless Assault and Stalwart Defense. At the start of the game, you're gonna have to tile. Your dragons will be level 1, and it's gonna be kinda hard, okay? If you're able to upgrade these two, you're going to be taking less damage and dealing more damage to the NPCs, to the tiles. And this can help you kind of snowball, because you're going to be able to start taking higher level tiles. Through those higher level tiles, you're going to be able to start producing more resources, more troops, and you're going to start snowballing into having like higher level dragons. And again, I think that's going to be helpful. Now, for example, Might of Valyria and all of these, it's good to upgrade because this is strength, but the buff itself is not as important as this. The only downside of this is that it's only for PvE, so if you're doing PvP, it's not gonna help. My recommendation, go to 5 to 10 levels into Stalwart Defense and then max Relentless Assault, because this is actually really useful even when you're trying to take towns or you're trying to grind for some event. Having that extra damage is really helpful. So yeah. Another thing, as you can see, your Town Hall got reset. You gotta bring it back again to level 10. And regarding dragons, if we check here, your stars and your habits have not been reset. Bro, fuck me, he's only 1070 shards away from maxing Moondancer. That's absolutely insane. I mean, he told me he spent 1.5k today just to try to max it, because he's just on that mood of like, I want it max, and he's just dropping money left and right, but it seems he's getting a bit unlucky for now. But yeah, as you can see, stars you keep, habits you keep. The thing that gets reset is the level. Now there's been a small change in the latest update, so if you go to the food, as you can see, we already have feeding level cap 20. Before the update is usually maybe worse, like level 5, like pretty low. So now if you're a person who doesn't have that much time, this kind of helps you keep up or maintain the level of the dragons. At the same time, you could understand this as a bit of a hit into the free-to-play / low spends, because if those people, they don't have much money to spend on the game, but then they have lots of time, one of their advantages will be that grind. That grind now lost a bit of value in the sense of, you just literally buy food and feed it to the dragon. But I think there's still value in the grind, and I do believe like if you grind, you will still be ahead of the curve in terms of XP for your dragon. But yeah. So yeah, as you can see, main thing on dragons that reset is the XP. And talking about dragons, of course he has the new one. It's been literally like 10 hours and he already has Vermithor 6 star. So yeah, by the way, I got lots of comments on my last video on Ransom account. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened with me, but yeah, I know I fucked up many of the star levels, okay, so sorry about that. But yeah, so as you can see, one of the new dragons you're gonna have is Vermithor. One of the really interesting things is that it's a champion. If you saw my breed type of video, I'm not a huge fan of champions themselves because they try to be a bit of everything, but the problem of being a jack of all trades is that sure, you do a lot of everything, so you're really like versatile, but you don't really like, you know, like you can not go with like champions, for example, and say, okay, I'm gonna focus this specific heirloom, I'm gonna increase it because that's gonna give me a lot of performance. No, you kind of get increase like all of them. So if we check a bit what he does, you see physical damage, 30% rate, tactical damage, odd number rounds, you grant 1 protect to one other ally within adjacency. At 6 stars plus, which he already has, increase the physical damage dealt beat, interesting, and tactical damage dealt, which is a huge boost, it is a decent one, and you increase the chance to apply protect to 47%. When you apply protect, reduce your physical and fire damage received by 8%. That's huge because that's a really nice buff, and the meta currently is, you know, physical damage and fire. Those are the main sources of damage. The protect here, I think it's a really interesting like skill. Damage dealt to the target by commands and habits will be split between the target and the dragon that applied protect. So let's say, for example, you're using Veigar and Vermithor, okay? For example, together, Veigar will taunt, they will focus Veigar, Veigar will reduce a lot the damage, but if Veigar has protect, some of that damage will be redirected to Vermithor. I think that could create a scenario where you become extremely tanky, but I'm still not sure, I haven't tested, because again, one of the things you gotta keep in mind is, okay, when's that damage taken into account? Because if it's so if Veigar applies the damage reduction and then that damage gets split, that's massive, okay, that's absolutely massive, then you heal it with a Rosarian or Malachite and you're chilling. The problem is, if that damage gets redirected and then reduced, Vermithor is gonna take the full-blown damage before Veigar reduces it, which I don't think is as ideal. So it's a really interesting champ. Sorry, I just call it champ because of the other game. Dragon. First habit, increase your tactical damage received by 0% for 5 rounds. Is this a worthy? No. Okay. Okay, I was like, what the fuck? No, it's not. So you increase the tactical damage you receive by 20%. It's just, of course, he has it max, so on max you pretty much don't get any buff. Additionally, reduce the physical damage dealt of one enemy in any line, prioritizing warriors, which is huge to counter, you know, Venators, Veigars, and the fire damage dealt of one enemy in any line, prioritizing hunters. So pretty much what you're doing is a trade-off. You're gonna take more tactical damage, which, I mean, I don't think is a big problem, because usually, at least with Season 1 dragons, it's not like a huge source of damage, and you're reducing the 2 main sources of damage, which is physical and fire. Now, if you max it, it's pretty much a flat like buff, okay? You take nothing and you just reduce, so pretty huge to have this max. Second one, you reduce damage received and increase your initiative. I think overall, good buff. Third one, increase the amount of physical damage, okay, that's the part we see, and the protect. Fourth one, for each warrior in the enemy team, reduce your, oh my god, this is massive though. And I'm not saying the values are massive, although at 15% max is really huge. It's because this is just pretty much countering your enemy. You know, it's like again, it's just like designed to literally counter where you're facing. It's not like, okay, if it's hunters you counter them, but if it's warriors, no. The only weakness seems to be like against sentinels, because, you know, tactical damage in theory you take more, even though if it's max you don't. And here you don't get any reduction to sentinel damage, but again the meta is mainly physical and fire. And at max, at 10 stars, we are below 50% max troop capacity, deal physical damage and reach 60% to the enemy with the lowest instinct, and deal tactical damage rate 100% to the enemy with the lowest intelligence. This effect only triggers once per combat. Now, I gotta say, so the skill is good. What worries me is this, the part of the cooldown, because if it's only once, no matter how many breaks there are on the combat, that will kinda suck, not gonna lie. But if every time there's like a break, it can be recast again if no one disengaged, then this skill gains way more value. I'll have to wait for Ransom to max this dragon to test that out. And then we have another new dragon, which is Star Shower. Now, I gotta say, I'm not too excited of Star Shower until you get to that 10 star, which makes it like not really exciting for me at all, because 10 star is extremely hard to get. So pretty much, you mark 3 enemies in lane with Solar Flare. Each round, 50% chance to deal tactical damage to one enemy with Solar Flare. Damage rate 100%. This is kinda good, and you're gonna consume 1 mark. Then at rounds 1, 3, 7, and 9, you deal tactical damage to one enemy in the same lane. Damage rate 80%, which is neither too bad. 80% is not high, but it's not bad. At 6 stars plus, increase the tactical damage dealt when consuming Solar Flare to 200%. That's already starting to be massive amounts of damage. But again, the problem is you depend on the Solar Flare. From 6 to 10, if no enemy has Solar Flare, mark 3 enemies in the lane with Solar Flare. So again, when you get this to 6 star, it's starting to cook, because pretty much now press 6 stars, press 6 star, the problem you're gonna have is you're gonna start combat, you're gonna apply those Solar Flare debuffs, but whenever they're gone, this dragon is gonna like drop like a bit hard in the combat. But the thing though, when you get it to 6 stars plus, this is refreshing it towards the end of the combat, which is when you're gonna run out of Solar Flare debuffs. So that's really good, and you can see here a massive damage increase. But the thing that gets me, you know, like interested on the dragon is at 10 stars. So whenever you consume a Solar Mark, and remember, you're gonna have it guaranteed at the start of the combat, and then at 6 stars plus, you're gonna get it rounds to 6 to 10. Reduce the damage received by 6% of 2 allies within a GNC for 1 round. I think that's good. 6%, I wish it was maybe more rounds, but again, we're talking about an epic dragon. The damage reduction is really nice for every single like dragon pretty much in your lineup. And then if you have resistance, increase this effect by 1.5%, that's huge. And if you have advantage, this effect instead applies to 3 allies in any lane. So you kind of see that it's a dragon that depends now in advantage and on your allies having resistance, but at the same time it makes them more tanky. It could be seen, for example, you know, I'm thinking like, the problem is, can it offset like a Malachite? Can it offset like, you know, like a Vermithor? Can it offset like a Venator? No, I don't think so. Okay, I don't think it will take any place in like a Veigar setup or with Vermithor, because you're probably gonna run other legendaries that are gonna have like higher buffs. But for an epic dragon, I don't think it's bad, and I think it might be one of the few sentinels for now that do have decent damage. This 200% extra damage buff is really nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it for new dragons. Those 2 are the new ones, those 2 are the interesting ones. Again, if you're a whale, go for them, but if you're not a whale, I'd probably still focus on older gen dragons, because I don't think they're meta breaking, especially because we already know Vermithor has a big counter, which is Sea Smoke, because he has cleanse, he removes the buffs by removing the protection and everything, and all the buffs he's getting. Vermithor loses a bit of value, so I do think going for Vermithor, unless you're a whale, is a bit of a gamble, because if the enemy knows about the counter, you're gonna start seeing lots of Sea Smokes, and yeah, you're gonna be running in problems. So that's pretty much for the things that are gonna be reset, the new dragons. Another thing, whenever you get into the new season, is when you're gonna get this currency here. Let me check, where is it? I got like 5k campaign favors. It's gonna depend if you get Kingsland or not. We actually won season 1, so we got like 5,000 something of those. My recommendation, obviously, go full Dragonfires. And a really good thing, which had me worried, if we go to the keys, this chest, it doesn't reset between seasons, so that's pretty nice from the devs, because otherwise that'd be like a real pain in the ass. So yeah, I have like 40 spins on this, so 10 more, I get the 200 minimum, maybe a 2000 pull, but just so you know, you don't really have to worry about like, oh, do I need to save the 50 for the whole season, because if not, it's gonna reset. No, it won't. Same applies to the pretty much to every single chest, okay? Like between seasons you carry over the PT system, which is pretty nice. And now we're gonna move into the events, because you're gonna get bombarded by events at the start of the new season, which in part is a good thing, because the more events, the more rewards. So as you can see, you're gonna have the usual Conquer tiles, pretty straightforward. Conquer tiles, you get some gold, some resources, some food, which now food has more value, so this is pretty nice. Then you have upgrade your stronghold. I mean, level 10 is the huge one, because you get the Dragonfire key. You're gonna get this anyways, so you know, it's like some extra rewards, some extra keys, pretty nice. Siege seats. So I'm in a new alliance. I might make a whole new video about this, but it's an actual tryhard alliance. Like, we're really going big with this one. So yeah, like, we're already starting with the Seeds of Power, but make sure you participate in this, mainly for the Dragon Lord scrolls. I gotta say, this for now for me is one of the hardest currencies to get, for my heirlooms. So like, do not miss the opportunity on getting those. Part you're gonna get some keys, some golds. Then again, you're gonna have from the get-go several competitions. First one is gonna be control the seats. As you can see, we have one. We're pretty much the only like neither center or south got any. 700 is almost a Dragonfire key, so I think it's worth for your you know, your faction to try to win this. Apart from this, some extra gold. Again, you will want to start spinning some keys. Us personally, we got Dragon Hand. I do not know if you're gonna have it. The problem you're gonna have with Dragon Hand is that your dragons are low level, so you cannot really go killing level 50s anymore. But I think you 10 to 15 you can kill easily, and yeah, I do recommend you burn your resolve. Like, don't let it stack just because you cannot kill like higher stuff. Login dailies, alliance daily logins, whatever. Then we already have another competition. Faction crush the defenders, pretty much killing tiles. So it is important for your alliance to have active members if you want to start winning events. As you can see, the rewards are not that huge, to be honest. Like 3 of these keys is whatever. It's 300 gold, but make sure at least your faction has enough activity to complete this, because one of those, 2 of here, 1 more here, all the gold is already, you know, several keys that you're gonna get for free. And then we have here a new thing that I'm gonna mention, which is the alliance merits. So they pretty much changed. I'm pretty sure this maybe before gave you gold or something like that. Now it gives you this new currency. As you can see, this other alliance and us, we're kind of even, and we're 2 really like good and active alliances, so that's nice. Pretty much just do tiles, the higher the level the better, and you're gonna be able to get that. Now that currency is a new shop that we have here, which is the alliance shop. As you can see, you have 100 breed marks. I mean, you have pretty much for each type of dragon. 100 currency gives you 25, which I don't think is too bad of a value. And then we have some keys. Now, I wish you could get Dragonfire keys, even if it's like a 1 or 1.5k cost. One available, I assume, yeah, this refresh on a daily basis. I don't know, I think maybe they should give a bit more currency, you know, if I could get a couple Dragon Glass keys every single day from this shop, that'd be kinda nice. Because if we go to the event again, like we're getting 1.2, it's gonna take me several days just to spend this on keys, because I gotta wait for every single daily reset. So yeah. Apart from this, you're gonna have your personal competition, but remember, this is for the wall season. I think we're on some like one, the previous one, and then you're gonna have the faction rank control state. Now this is gonna depend on your KVK. I'm gonna call it KVK because it's how I call it, or season, where you might want to call it. Is how I call it on the other game. But yeah, for season 2, I recommend you start already going hard here. People know what they're doing. People know like to capture the seeds, you know. So it's like, do not waste time, even if it's day 1, not capturing this. Because again, this is gonna snowball. We don't have PvP for several days. If we could start like accumulating points, that's gonna give us a lead. So yeah, do not slack on this. Make sure you're calm. Make sure your faction alliance is capturing those seeds to start generating points. Because these camping favors, in my opinion, is it like it's the best and one of the very few options you have as a free-to-play or low spend or even mid spend to get the good keys, the Dragonfire keys. You're gonna have Crush of the Defenders too. Again, I think top 1 is good, top 2 is good to get, top 3 or 4, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it's just whatever. 15 Vegars at this point in Season 2 will not matter much, but the gold is nice, the keys are nice, you could get really lucky here, and the Amplifier Seals are good too. If you're not going for top 1 and 2, and let me tell you, in Season 2 is gonna be hard, because people like know how to get these, like how to grind this event, I do not recommend you to bother at all. I personally am not gonna bother, because I know I cannot beat these whales. Like, there's several ways. What power is doing this guy? He's already at 1.6. Okay, 800, not bad, 900. Like, again, whales will dominate this in Season 2, because whales are already learning like how to win. Like, I managed to win this in Season 1 twice, then whales just catch up on the methods, and I was absolutely cool. And then you have Dragon level, pretty straightforward, not much to say. Open, oh my fucking god, bro. So yeah, he opened like 3000 chests of Moondancer. So yeah, if you can max this, Dragonfire keys are really good. If not, and you're not really interested in Moondancer, my recommendation, save your keys from day one, so whenever a good round that you want comes in, you can max and get those Dragonfire keys, which are really nice. Hatchery, same stuff. Bro, I look at this and it makes me just gross. Habit growth, you're gonna have it because we have the Dragon one. If you can max this is really good, like to get legendary cores. If you cannot at least get to this level around here, do not bother pushing your habits. Habits are hard to push as a free-to-play or low spend, so my recommendation, save up. When you can push and guaranteed you're gonna get some of these legendary ones, then go for them and push the habit event. Whatever, spend gold, 350,000 gold he spent, and spend resources, which I really like this band mainly because of the runic fragments. Make sure you spend it. If you don't know how to do this fast, because let's say you're running out of time, go to the shop, go to the resources, start trading resources with it. It counts for the event. Like, sure, you're losing resources on every trade, but if you're running out of time or you don't think you're going to be able to complete it, this is the most efficient and fastest way to brute force the event. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not many new changes for Season 2 apart from all the things that I mentioned. As you can see, the map obviously got reset. So yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward. It's gonna be the same. We're gonna grind, we're gonna go for Kingsland, and I have to fight there. Let me check this banner. Okay, so it just brings you to the Moondancer, and I don't think there's anything new on the shop though. I mean, there's nothing, no. And if there was something new, he probably bought it already, so I cannot even see it. So yeah, this is gonna be it. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.